Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking a complete, structured blueprint for the upcoming academic year at Academic Heights School, or AHPS. If you're a parent or a student gearing up for the year ahead, well, you know how overwhelming school guidelines can sometimes feel. But today, we're going to break down these directives not just as a laundry list of rules, but as a really cohesive strategy for student success. Right off the bat, I want to highlight this direct, warm welcome from Director Himsagar. It really establishes the collaborative tone of this entire explainer. Notice the phrasing here. It's an open invitation to listen and understand. This isn't some top-down dictation. It's the beginning of a true partnership between the school administration, the kids, and most importantly, you, the parents. The teachers are going to be expanding on all these points when school actually reopens, but having this foundational understanding today is going to put you miles ahead. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The AHPS education philosophy, 2. Academics and assessment structure, 3. Holistic and future learning, 4. Campus rules and safety, and 5. The parent partnership. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the AHPS education philosophy. Now, what's really interesting about this is how clearly AHPS defines what education actually means to them. They split it into 4 distinct areas: physical development, socio-emotional maturity, logic and language, and art and creativity. What you really need to take away from this is that traditional academics, the logic and language part, well, that's just 1/4 of the equation here. The school intentionally maps every single daily experience back to this 4-part foundational idea. If an activity doesn't serve at least one of these 4 pillars, it simply doesn't happen. Moving right along to Section 2, academics and assessment structure. Logistically speaking, the syllabus is split cleanly into 2 terms. And here's a fantastic practical note for parents. You're asked to submit only your Term 1 books initially. The teachers will guide you on the details, but this immediately prevents your kids from carrying around unnecessary weight and keeps everything super organized. Furthermore, the assessment structure here brilliantly recognizes that, hey, not all kids show their intelligence the exact same way. They use a dual approach, involving both multiple assessments and traditional written assessments. This ensures that the testing addresses a true diversity of talents, giving literally every child a fair chance to shine. And for those of you joining a bit late, maybe you completely missed the April syllabus, take a deep breath. Seriously, do not worry. The school has a very specific low-stress catch-up plan ready to go. Ready-made material will be sent directly to you, and brief revisions will be conducted in class. But the absolute biggest relief here is that to remove any undue burden on your child, Assessment 1 for new students will only cover the syllabus that has actually been taught to them. It is incredibly reassuring to see a school actively working to reduce student anxiety right out of the gate. Next up is Section 3, Holistic and Future Learning. Let's break down what these holistic expectations actually look like. First, you need to select a physical activity for your child and inform the teacher. Remember that physical development pillar we talked about earlier? This is putting it into action. Linguistically, APS strongly recommends taking Telugu as a second language for primary children, assuming you aren't from a completely non-Telugu background. On top of that, participation in house activities isn't just for fun. It's a strategic tool designed specifically to develop English communication skills. Active participation with subject teachers in these language development activities is considered absolutely crucial to building a well-rounded student. Let's move to and see how this builds into the future, because this strategy is just fascinating. While current years focus heavily on the core subjects and those holistic activities we just discussed, looking ahead to the academic year 2026-27, AHPS is introducing computational thinking and artificial intelligence, starting from the 3rd class. What's really great is how they're teaching it. They're using worksheets and hands-on activities to develop actual thinking skills rather than just forcing kids to memorize textbook lessons. And looking even further down the line, this AI subject will eventually become a formal part of the CBSE board exams. They are literally future-proofing these kids. Transitioning over to Section 4, Campus Rules and Safety. The safety of every single child is paramount here. If a child is involved in any violent behavior, the school has a very structured, measured disciplinary escalation. Step 1, the child is counseled by the facilitators. If it continues, Step 2, they are counseled by the principal. It's heavily focused on conversation and correction first. However, if the behavior is repeated, Step 3 involves the child undergoing reflective isolation. It's a clear, transparent process so parents know exactly how safety and discipline are being handled. Now, on a day-to-day operational level, we've got some rapid-fire habits every student and parent needs to adopt.
Children must be taught to form orderly lines, speak only in English while on campus, and use dustbins properly. For the parents out there, there are strictly no half-day permissions allowed. You must drop your children off timely in the morning, and please, try not to be a homework defaulter. I know we're all incredibly busy, but these might seem like small daily actions, yet collectively they're exactly what creates and maintains a focused, respectful campus culture.
Okay, I absolutely love this next rule. When it comes to birthdays, HPS has a highly unique tradition. Instead of bringing in sweets for the class, the school mandates book distributions and strictly no chocolates. It's such a charming rule. It avoids the midday sugar rush for sure, but more importantly, it subtly reinforces a culture of reading and intellectual sharing among the students. It's a total win-win. And finally, Section 5, the parent partnership. So the crucial point is that education here is a joint venture. You can't just drop your kid off and tune out. Socio-emotional development is treated as a massive priority for all children. To support this, it's not just the kids doing the work. There will be a variety of homework for children, yes, but get this. There's also homework specifically for parents. There will be mandatory workshops and ongoing counseling sessions designed entirely to improve the socio-emotional quotient, or EQ, of the children. It requires deep, active involvement from you at home. Which leads us to a brand new and pretty major expectation. From this academic year onward, self and parent assessment is mandatory, and it actually carries a proficiency level. You will literally be evaluated on your involvement in your child's educational journey. So as we wrap up this explainer and you look ahead to the new school year, I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. Are you ready for your parent assessment? Thanks for joining me today, and here's to a fantastic collaborative year ahead.